Nick Daniels here, coming at you live, man, yet again, and today we're going to be talking about The Last of Us, the TV show. Please note there may be spoilers, and we're going to talk about the entire season as a whole, but I'll try to keep it unspoilered as possible. Here we go. There's your warning. So, yeah, I just finished the finale. So, episode 9 of season 1, just finished it about 5 minutes ago. And I wanted to just talk about it as a whole because I hadn't actually done that. I don't want to do like the week by week. I want to just give it a run. So anyway, I was hearing about The Last of Us, but I hadn't actually watched it, and I haven't really played the game either. But I've watched people play the game, so I know like kind of some of the segments in the game. For example, the cannibals. The beginning and the ending of the first game. And I know the second as well in kind of that order, but not so much of the middle. So what's in between the beginning and the end as much. So this is coming from that perspective, mainly from a TV show perspective, but knowing some things are going to happen, which, I mean, it was pretty accurate. I knew pretty much everything that was going down, but just not like how they were going to do it. In the show, also want to mention, by the way, too, the people that voiced Joel and Ellie do star as characters in the show, just one-on-one. So just 2 characters, which I thought was really cool. And I didn't know that originally getting into it. So anyway, I think when I started watching it, it was already at like episode 7. So I got into it really, really late, and that was the reason. I wanted to wait, just see how it goes, because you know how most of these game adaptations really go. They normally don't go very well. And I was hearing good things, so I actually decided to kind of just start it up. I did episode 1, and I was pretty hooked. I won't lie. That was definitely the way to go, in my opinion. And again, not so much knowledgeable on the games, but enough to know, and I can go look it up right after if I want to compare. And it was pretty one-to-one in dialogue, which is really good in certain parts. And I think they stayed extremely faithful. And I as a season as a whole, I think this is probably the best game to TV screen adaptation you'll see. Whether there be a movie, a TV show, anything. I think this is the best one. A lot of things they did right. I could nitpick it a little bit. I don't feel like we got to see a lot of the infected throughout the show and the season. It definitely focuses a lot more on the human aspect. So like raiders or whoever. And I get that, and that is the idea, right? You go watch the movie The Book of Eli. I know the Book of Eli doesn't have zombies, but that's the idea, right? Is when you're out there and not behind a gate in a nice city. There are crazy people that will do anything. There's no law, right? And that is always one of the biggest fears, right? Is you don't know who you're going to bump into. And I think it did really well with, I think anyway, with like the characters. I liked like Joel and Ellie's relationship throughout it. I know apparently there's some people out there that think like Bella Ramsey, the girl who plays Ellie there. Apparently there's people think she can't act. Well, all I'm going to say is episode 8 proved that wrong. The whole season, but episode 8 was really, really good. And I would actually say that was like the top episode. Again, if you haven't seen it, I'm not going to try to spoil anything. So keep that in mind. I'm going to try to keep it good. But episode 5, episode 8, in my opinion, were like really good episodes. And probably the best of the entire season. 1 was really good too. But like that would probably be my close third as like favorite episode. 1 hooked me, and I just kind of went on from there. I really, like I said, I can't complain too much. Some of the characters don't really know how to aim very well, so I that's kind of like annoying. The infected are really cool, and I don't mind they changed it. I do know that it's not, how the show does it. Can't say more than that, basically, and how the game does it, how the infections spread, how it started, that kind of thing. It is a little different, and it makes sense. Any changes they've done that I've actually like read up on or looked into, or no, I don't have any complaints. I think, pacing maybe, it could be a little worked on. Again, more infected would probably have been my sole complaint of the entire show. Just really emphasize that threat a little bit more, even if they're like in the downtime of going somewhere from A to B. Have some infected somewhere. They just kind of seem like omnipresent after like the second episode, the third episode, whatever. You do see them. They're in there. They're trickled. But, they just really don't pose the threat that you're kind of hoping they would. Because that's a big threat when you're going out there, right? So, overall, man, I'm really happy with it. I think I would strongly recommend it. I don't even know, like, out of a rating, out of, like, 10. I don't even really know what I would give it, but it would be solid. It would be a solid Nick Daniels' approval of a rating. Like, if you haven't seen it, yeah, check it out and do yourself a favor and just do that. You know, it's on HBO, other places we can't talk about, but yeah, definitely 100%, man. Go check it out. It's not like the Halo TV show, right, where they tried to like do their own thing. This literally keeps right onto the storyline. It just does A to B, right? They've already got the material, they've got everything there. Heck, they got half the script, and they can just go, right, and they can just add a little bit of things in there, which is interesting. So. Again, anyway, yeah, I can't say it enough, man. Do strongly recommend the TV show. I'm super stoked I watched it, and, you know, that's all we got for today. So thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next one. Take it easy. Nick Daniels. Peace out. That's the new outro.